I was just listening to actually both of them, 2014 Forest Hills Drive and KOD today.
Did you hear the freestyle that he dropped on Los Angeles? What was it, Power 106?
I haven't heard it yet, but everybody been put it on a
like. I mean, this is
when people say they don't like J.Cole, I just don't understand.
It makes no. You're not a real. If you're not a J. Cole fan, a Kendrick Lamar fan, no shade to you, but a Drake fan, I don't know how you could really like hip hop like that because they're actually rapping. Like, you saw J. Cole, he put a beat, he took 5 seconds and spit like 18. I don't count, but
not you don't count.
He like all these bars. Like, I was sitting there like,
my man's. I could tell that he really snapped, but like, I just miss when like dudes could just like rap, like rap, not she on my
right.
I mean, granted, you know that music's fun for like the club or whatever, but we ain't been in the club in a year, so like,
right? Can we hear some real shit?
Please, can y'all rap?
I don't get it.
For the love of God,
I don't understand why he keeps dressing like a homeless man now, but
I just want to understand what's going on with his hair.
Does he own a suit or?
I mean, he doesn't really need to be in a suit though, like
or like maybe like jeans.
He be in jeans.
No, he really be in like Champion sweatpants, Guild and sweatpants and stuff.
No, I think he's. Listen, he doesn't need to. He's got a lot of money, you know, and he started his label or whatever.
You know, I'm gonna stop talking shit because we want to be signed to Dreamville.
I definitely want to be signed to Dreamville.
Never mind.
Whenever you start your media side, you know.
You look great, J. Cole.
Would love to just, you know, be the first podcast you sign, you know.
Like, we're gonna do that.
Right.
We're going to do that.
We are based in North Carolina. We are literally in my living room right now. That is in North Carolina. So
that'd be dope. We get signed to Dreamville, have J. Cole on here, Ari Lennox, the rest of the team.
Listen, I will actually absolutely turn into a brand new person. You know how people be like, you know what? You changed. Like, yeah, I'm a brand new bitch.
And did.
Like, yes, I just have, first of all, we signed to Dreamville. I have interviewed J. Cole and Ari Lennox. Like, there's nothing you can say to me. There's nothing you can say to me.
Seriously.
Get your broke ass out.
That must be how Chloe and Halle felt when they got like, you know, you talking about Beyonce? Yeah, I mean, I was texting her earlier.
Right.
Like,
so.
And I get it. Like,
brand new.
Like, oh, you're just now hearing her new music? We heard it a year ago.
You're late.
When we were in her video. Because she texted us and asked us to be in it.
Ketchup, mustards.
You know what I mean? Wait, what?
You get it? Ketchup. You've heard that one before.
I'm so proud of you.
You've heard that one before.
No.
I think we should just start the show.
Okay.
All right. Oh my God. You've heard that one before.
I've never heard that one before.
You're killing me.
I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
What is happening?
What up?
Woo, what a week. We a day late, but not a dollar short.
Yeah.
That was my fault. You know, I booked the wrong flight coming back from spending time with my mother for Mother's Day.
Forgive her for wanting to spend time with her mom.
The nerve of me. The audacity.
Y'all will be all right.
But yes, episode 14 in the building.
Yes.
I'm your girl, Sierra T.
I'm your girl, Sherelle B.
And this is Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast.
Where we wrap the culture up in color.
Yes.
All that.
Ma'am.
Yes.
First, I want to say thank you guys so much to everybody who tuned in for our live show.
Yes.
That was so much fun, sis.
It was.
And the giveaways were bomb if you missed it. The replay is on the channel. Listen, technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're still getting used to this whole we're on YouTube subscribers type situation. So
right,
you know,
but the content was still good.
It was. The show was great.
Mm-hmm. We had so much fun. So shout out to all the winners or whatnot.
Yeah.
We'll be reaching out to y'all soon, if not already. So yeah, thank you guys so much for an amazing 5 years. We're gonna just keep it moving.
Float, float, float on.
And with that being said, sis.
Okay.
What can't you wrap your head around?
All right. I can't wrap my head around Joseline Hernandez being mad because somebody coughed. I'm not doing that.
What?
Okay, so Joseline Hernandez has this whole she has this show on Zeus.
Yeah,
it's like some cabaret. I guess she's training them to be strippers.
That's what I was assuming, or they're like already strippers and they're just trying to like get to like top level stripper.
Yeah, and you know that's cool. Everybody needs training. Mm-hmm. And there was a clip floating around on Twitter. This girl, I guess she had beef with this girl, and while Joseline is kind of reprimanding this girl, she starts coughing because she's choking on some water, and Joseline runs up on her and was like, "Who you coughing at?"
What?
Like, girl.
Is that necessary, though?
It's not. It's not. And she really should be ashamed of herself. Like, it's really not that serious. Here we go.
And one of the closest partners of the network. Who you coughing at? Oh, shit. Who you coughing at? When I was talking, she started coughing. Bitch, like I'm some type of fucking germ? Bitch, I know you ain't coughing at me, ho. Pussy ass bitch, you can't be coughing at me, disrespectful ass bitch. Homeless ass hoe. Who you coughing at? Who you coughing at? I know you ain't coughing at me.
Like, damn, is that serious right now?
I know you ain't coughing at me.
Note to self, never cough when Joseline's talking to you.
You think I'm trying to play with? You can cough at me when I'm telling you something?
I was choking on water.
Okay. You better be choking on water.
Huh?
Girl.
I really don't understand why she rolled up on her like that. Like, you could literally tell that she was choking on water.
Like, I know you saw her drinking water. Like, who you coughing at? Because I'm a what, girl?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? And I really it was just unnecessary. I know it's reality TV, but if you watch Love and Hip Hop and you know Joseline Hernandez, it's not above her character to do something like that. So,
not at all,
ma'am.
No, ma'am. No,
can't wrap my head around it. So, it's not that deep. It really was not that deep. So, couldn't wrap my head around that at all. It was like, okay,
that was weird.
Anyways, what about you, sis?
Okay. So as stated, Mother's Day was this past weekend, and I had a great time with my mother. But you know what I was thinking about? I couldn't wrap my head around, like, you know what? I think men have a point in terms of going out on dates that cost too much money.
Okay.
And I only say this because I love my mother, and now I don't have no problem dropping no amounts of money on her. But if like, even if I was a woman who was into dating other women, like, I could not do it. Like, you bitches are expensive. Like, yo, women are expensive. Yeah. And I was like, yo, like, do men have to go through this all the time?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was kind of like a I don't know if culture shock is like the right term to use, but it definitely was like an eye-opening moment. Like, yo, this is a wild. Like, yeah. I mean, granted, I do think that men should.
Right. No, I know what you're saying.
I mean, I do think that men should, like, if they want to date women, that they should pay for the date, you know, but I, at some point, somewhere, something has to give in terms of, and that's not even like, oh, the woman should be having sex with the man if he is paying for the date, but like, girls, you gonna go half on this or what? Like,
after a while, it's like, okay, like, can you be like, oh, I got this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, especially if he's being consistent and stuff like that. So yeah, I get it.
I was really I was like, yo, I could never date women because y'all are just too expensive. Like, that is just like, yeah, women are too expensive. And that was my takeaway from this Mother's Day weekend. Even though we had a great time, we saw Arnaz J. He was really funny.
Arnaz J?
Yes, he's still performing, girl.
That's what's up.
Yes.
That's what's up.
He was very, very, very funny. So, yeah. But yes, women are expensive. I didn't realize how expensive women were until this Mother's Day.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I really do.
I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
I get it.
I was just like, I don't know.
Too much. Way too much. And I get it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a mom, like my mom, like, you know, it's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. Ma'am, we're aware. Mm-hmm. Like, she'd be like, so, and it, like, it's two. Who's paying for this? I just asked, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you just get, like, we went to the gas station. Like, can you get me some? Who's paying for it? It's Mother's Day.
I mean, points were made, though.
I just asked you to get me a big QT. It's 99 cents.
It's Mother's Day.
It's 99 cents.
It's also Mother's Day. It's also Mother's Day. Mom should not come out of pocket on Mother's Day. Not even for 99 cents.
Like, I'll cash app you the $7. Like, okay. And knowing her, she'd be like, okay, do it.
You know, you can get, if you go to QT, if you get the cup, you give and water. The water is free. You just pay for the cup. And also, if you want water from QT, if you take your own water bottle, the water is free.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So
that's what's up.
All right.
My sister had something that she couldn't wrap her head around too.
Yes.
And she wanted everybody to hear, you know, what she couldn't wrap her head around. So real quick, this is what she had to say.
Okay, what I can't wrap my head around this week is the damn movie Greenland. If you have not heard of the movie Greenland, it is a new movie that just came to, like, you know, like on demand and shit like that. We watched it on HBO Max. It's a movie with Gerard Butler, and it's like a disaster, like natural disaster type movie. You know, kind of like 2012 or The Day After Tomorrow. But bitch, this shit was the most intense, traumatic-ass movie I have ever watched in my life. Okay, Sherelle and Sierra know that I am a big conspiracy theorist person. Like, I'm into conspiracy theories. And this movie really blew my damn mind. I don't know if it was because I was, you know, partaking in some, you know, recreational activities, whatever, but that just made the movie more intensified. But I'm gonna watch it again sober or like normal, and I'm gonna see if it's really, like, as traumatic. But I really think it is. Like, I don't think it's going to be anything different, because, you know, that movie was just a lot. I cried 3 times. I had nightmares. It was just a lot going on, and the conspiracy theorist in me was really going insane, because if you watch the movie, you know, and you've seen the conspiracy theory that I've seen, I really think that something like this could actually happen, and that actually scares the shit out of me. So that is what I can't wrap my head around. I think they should remove that movie from all streaming platforms, because it's traumatic as fuck. That's all I have to say.
Okay, wait. I wasn't expecting her to take that type of twist at the end.
I'm not even, like, honestly, it is a very traumatic, but like, you're like, wait a minute, what?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, it is a I recommend that anybody watch it. It's one of those, like, first of all, it gets right to the point. It gets right to the point. Like, you already know something's about to go down. And yeah, it is traumatic.
Is it more traumatic than Queen and Slim?
Yes.
Wow.
But it was very but in a different type of way. You know what I mean? Like, Queen and Slim was like, are y'all for real? Yeah. Are you dead serious?
That movie was traumatic as hell.
It was disappointing. Like, the movie was disappointing. This movie, you was at the end like,
oh no. Oh,
like,
no.
I need to do some research.
Wow. You know what? We might have to incorporate that. I really enjoyed that just now. Like, maybe we have someone come in, like, comment, like, you know, leave us a voice note.
Okay.
Every other week, you know, about what they...
Oh, I like that.
I like that. So if you want to try it, like, leave us a voice note for next week about something you can't wrap your head around.
New segment alert.
You can put it in our you can leave voice notes on Instagram.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, in our Instagram DMs. Leave us a voice note. Let us know what you can't wrap your head around for next week.
I love it. It got to be something good.
It do. Don't come up here that I can't believe, you know, Sierra doesn't like Martin. Like, you've been new. We've been known since the first episode of the show.
Nobody can believe it.
Believe it.
Nobody can believe that.
Is this Ripley's Believe It or Not?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Anyway. Are you ready to get into the show, sis?
Girl, I am ready to get into the show. We have a very lengthy list. Because politics, it's a lot happening. Yeah. I'm gonna let my sis take it away with the first thing. We're talking about Free Palestine.
Yes.
And
so
it's a lot.
I don't know if you guys know, but there's been like this huge, like, and it's new for us, but I'm sure it's been going on for a little bit of a while. But everybody's talking about Free Palestine, and a lot of people don't even know, myself included. I didn't really understand like what we were trying to free Palestine from.
Yeah.
And I was thinking more of like, oh, is it a religious thing or whatever? So I found this thread on Twitter of this young lady who, I think it's a young lady unless it's a guy.
Right.
Where their Instagram is @key48return, where they did a full like 10 screen page or whatever description, just like explaining like what this is about. So, and just like to like kind of like give you a synopsis of what it is. It's like, they're not fighting about religion. It says they're not fighting. Israelis are the oppressors and Palestinians are the oppressed, and the situation is about anything but religion. Before the creation of Israel only 73 years ago, Palestinian Christian, Jews, and Muslims all peacefully coexisted in Palestine. The Palestinian Christian community is the oldest Christian community in the world. There are also Palestinian Jews, like the Samaritans who reside in Nablus. Both are oppressed by Israel. The point is making the suffering of Palestinians seem like a religious conflict when it's not.
Okay.
So they're trying to make it look like it's a religious issue, but it's not. So this is what they're fighting for. There is no fighting. There is only Israeli colonization, ethnic cleansing, military occupation, and apartheid. I can never say that word. Apartheid. Thank you. When I say Israel, I'm referring to a group of people, a group of settlers who are colonizing Palestine.
Oh, okay.
Right. It says.
Okay.
So it says so Israel isn't a country. They are actually a settler colony. Settler colonialism is a form of colonialism that seeks to replace the native population of the colonized land with a new society of settlers.
Sounds familiar.
Yes. This is what Israel is to Palestine. Israel is trying to colonize Palestine.
Okay.
But the reason we're hearing about this is because, like, how are they able to do that to Palestine? It says it's because they have the support of other settler colonies like the United States, Australia, Canada, and support from former colonial powers like the UK, France, Belgium, and others. For them to call out, like, so for the U.S. to call out Israel, they would have to start to answer questions about their own existence, about reparations and justice for the people that they've colonized.
Okay.
So Israel tends to spread misinformation about its own short settler colonial existence in order to conceal the reality on the ground. It's a lot easier to disassociate yourself from a situation that has been wrongfully minimized to a religious conflict happening since the beginning of time. So yeah.
Very interesting.
Very much so.
Very interesting. This is like a never-ending type situation almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I do think that Israel not being a country and trying to colonize Palestine is insane to me. And, we talk about, racism and ethnic cleansing.
Yeah, that's
trying to, I heard that like a lot of the, like even for Easter, this was it a couple months ago, like the Palestinians and like the Palestinian Christians weren't allowed to pray.
Oh my God!
Because of what's going on right now. So yeah, free Palestine. I would definitely suggest like you guys to look up more about it, because like I said, like I just thought it was a religious thing, but clearly it's way more. Yeah. It's way more than just like a religious thing. It's about like the rights of people, no matter what religion they practice. So, and I'm almost certain it's probably like the more the darker you are, the more the worse, the more the brunt of the issue that you're getting. So, definitely free Palestine for sure.
Wow. And
yeah, look up into it, But this person who drew these cartoons, like I think it was like a nice way to like really break it down, dumb it down for those who are like, yeah. So shout out to Key48Return on Instagram.
Okay.
Super dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's good that like, because a lot of people I'm seeing a lot of people talking about their protesting, and it's just this hashtag. And I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying that you don't, but I think it's important to make sure that you're educating yourself on what you're even, tweeting about or talking about. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, oh yeah, free Palestine, but we don't even know what it really is. So just make sure you're educating yourself, on these hashtags before you just dive into the trend. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually somebody's going to ask you about it. And if you don't, because somebody might ask you like, hey, what is that about? And you can be like, oh, something I saw on Twitter. Like, what do you, you know what I mean? Right. And what are you really tweeting about?
Right. Can you explain?
Yeah. So, yeah, make it make sense.
Yep. All right, sis. What do we have next?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so over here in the United States, it's a lot going on. It's really like, actually, I'm gonna keep it international real quick. Okay. So, if you guys didn't know, the Tokyo Olympics is supposed to happen, but with everything going on, they made an announcement a couple of days ago saying that they are banning the use of hashtag Black Lives Matter. And it's been a real uproar because it's almost like, because of it's in Tokyo, people are like, so does that also include hashtag Stop Asian Hate? Does that also include hashtag I'm thinking of women's rights. What am I thinking of?
Me Too?
Yes. Hashtag Me Too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna ban one hashtag, you need to ban them all. But when it comes to the Olympics, is about athletics. So you have a lot of these American athletes that are gonna go over it, especially those in the NBA, for the NBA, even some, well, not from the NFL, that are going to go over there, tennis players that have been over here making serious statements. Now you want them to go over there and compete, and you're telling me I can't even do something and talk about something that is very important to me, that should be raised on a global scale. It just doesn't really look good in the wake of everything that's been going on. So hopefully they'll make some changes before things happen. Right. I don't know.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it. Like, I like everything you said. Like, I agree. Like, if we can't talk about, if we can't, wear hashtag Black Lives Matter, then make it across the board. Like, nobody. Like,
that's not,
I just want to see you wearing your country's colors. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean,
and that's fine.
Even if I have Black Lives Matter in red, white, and blue, like, you know what I mean? If that's, they need to do some loopholes, because there's going to be ways for people to go around that. Like, oh, you didn't say I couldn't wear the hashtag. You just said, you know what I'm saying?
Just get like a whole hashtag Black Lives Matter tattoo on your arm. Oh, that would be so hard.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You didn't say that I couldn't wear it. It's just different ways. There's loopholes to get around it. So, but personally, I just think that they should just change it. Like, that's like, that shouldn't be the focus.
And it's just weird that they pointing us out.
Right. That's what everybody's saying. It was like, so, especially in the wake of hashtag Stop Asian Hate, you gonna sit here and say that we can't say hashtag Black Lives Matter? But okay, so now back to United States, which is a mess in itself. I was telling sis, these governors, these states are bugging. So I'm gonna keep it real brief, because this list is lengthy. So we're gonna start from Alabama and work our way up, right?
Oh my god!
No, honestly, if you look like that's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah.
So in Alabama, we talked about the governor a lot. So the Governor Kay Ivey, announced earlier this week that the state is going to end all participation in federal pandemic unemployment programs starting on June 19th. So if you are an Alabama listener and you were trying to get unemployment due to the coronavirus and you can't work, your luck is going to be cut out starting June 19th. You might as well you got to do something.
Damn.
So here are the 4 programs that are eliminated. It includes federal pandemic unemployment compensation, which provides an additional $300 weekly payment to recipients, pandemic unemployment assistance, which provides benefits to the self-employed, gig workers, and part-time workers, pandemic emergency unemployment compensation, which provides an extension of benefits once regular benefits have been exhausted, and mixed earner unemployment compensation, which provides an additional $100 benefit to certain people with mixed earnings. Her reasoning is that because businesses in the state are seeing a labor shortage.
Now, that's a whole nother topic right there.
Right.
But you know what? It's decisions like these that keep Alabama at the bottom.
Yeah,
I never have anything good to say about that state.
Honestly.
Y'all just like, y'all insist on fucking the residents of that state over, and it makes no sense to me. Every possible way that they can fuck you over in Alabama, they're doing it.
Honestly.
You're getting fucked in Alabama.
Get out of there. This is what she said. She said, as Alabama's economy continues its recovery, we are hearing from more and more business owners and employers that it is increasingly difficult to find workers to fill available jobs, even though job openings are abundant. People aren't coming to work because they don't feel safe. You're not providing any type of safety for them in the middle of a parallelogram. It doesn't make any sense. You cannot expect people to come to work when you're not, especially in that state where you're not requiring them to wear masks. You don't want them to wash hands. You add a sanitizer. You don't want to do shit for them. You're not even really paying them, and you expect them to come to work and catch COVID and die?
And with no benefits?
Right. Why would anybody want to come work for you, player?
Y'all think it's a game out here in these streets, and I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Like, Jesus needs to go and visit Alabama and have a conversation,
a serious conversation
with that whole state, because I don't understand what the politicians are trying to do to that state, but it's not working. Whatever the plan is, it's not working.
It's a lot. Unfortunately, it is a lot of the southern states that they're. I mean, the South is all about big business, which is weird because you would really think it's more so in the North where like a lot of these corporations and stuff like that are headquartered. Mm-hmm. But in the South, it's all about big business. On one hand, it makes sense because the economy is not as booming as it is in the northern states, the northeastern states. Let me say that. Mm-hmm. But you have to put things in place in order for people to feel safe or to even appeal for them to even want to go to work. I mean, it's really that simple. So you're going to take all this stuff away from them and then say, oh yeah, but we need you to go to work. That doesn't make any sense.
See,
it makes no sense.
They're just way too worried about the economy for me. And it doesn't sit right with me. It's not working. Like, you guys have to pay these people more. You guys have the worst healthcare, some of the worst education.
Right.
Like, it's just not adding up. Like,
yeah. But you worried about, girl.
Alabama is the ghetto.
Ghetto.
The politicians are the ghetto.
Oh, moving right up along the East Coast, Southeast Coast. Now we're going to make a stop in Georgia, where our not so favorite governor, Brian Kemp, has also, okay. So what he did, like, I can't. This man. Okay. So Governor Kemp actually, he signed a bill. He signed a new law that's legalizing college athletes getting endorsements, right? So, of course, everybody was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. These college kids need money. No, it's not that simple. So Governor Kemp signed the state's new bill regulating athletes' names, images, and likeness rights on Thursday. Basically, now their schools can take a significant cut of that money if they want, okay? It's ridiculous. He held a signing ceremony at the University of Georgia with a Bulldog background in the athletic department's recruiting lounge. It's pretty disgusting.
You said they could take like up to 70% of their...
Yep. This is the bill that they signed allows schools across the state, and this is just in Georgia, across the state, to take up to 75% of the athlete's endorsement income. That cut would be deposited into a pool for all athletes at the school and then redistributed upon athletes' graduations. Like,
that's messed up.
And they broke it down. So, like, if the University of Georgia decided to implement the provision, and that's a key thing. So it's up to the school. The school's like, okay, yeah, we want to do this. It's not mandatory, but if they want to do this, it can happen. If the University of Georgia decided to implement the provision and take 70% of each athlete's endorsements to redistribute, a player like JT Daniels would only make $30,000 on a $100,000 endorsement agreement. Right. Exactly. You're giving, if we were to go to, we go to North Carolina. Now I'm not going to put North Carolina A&T into this. If we were going to Morehouse, you know what I'm saying? And we're athletes and we get a major deal with Nike. The school can take this money, only take 75% of it and give it out to everybody else while they're wearing my name. It's ridiculous. It's not fair. But again, this is all about the economy.
Yo, that's really messed up.
Yeah. And to be honest, it's looking like it's one of many states that moved ahead with the law allowing college athletes to get endorsements. So it's not just Georgia.
Yeah.
He's just the newest one. Yeah.
Yo, I would be so hot if that happened to me, yo. Like,
Yeah.
I'm out here. You wasn't with me in the gym.
At all. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. And now these bench warmers, the towel boy, the assistant coach's assistant, is making money off of my name because Nike decided to give me $500,000 because I'm out here bringing people to the game.
I just find it really interesting how like these schools like go through all this you know they recruit some students from some of the worst parts in the country, and then like you can't even let them. First of all, we have to go through all this hoopla to get them to be able to get endorsements and deals.
Right.
And now you're telling me that you're going to take 70% of the money that they get. Some of these boys are literally paying for they are literally doing this for their whole family. The whole family. And if you think that $30,000 out of $100,000 can take care of a whole family, you're out of your fucking mind.
But you know what? It's almost like the movie industry with this other new law that Georgia just signed, and all the movies that were being filmed in Georgia was like, oh no, we're gonna go elsewhere.
Yeah,
it's only a matter of time.
Oh,
so
of course.
These student athletes that y'all out here recruiting, as soon as they find out that you can take 75%, best believe they gonna go to another school. So it's like you're talking about with the economy. It's not helping the economy. You're hurting people. You are hurting people. Then what you gonna do when ain't no athletes coming to the little raggedy ass Bulldogs? Like, what you gonna do then?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
You out here trying to recruit the next LeBron James, and they like,
right?
No, we're gonna go to school in South Carolina or Texas or California or anywhere else that does not have this law.
I just think this is so messed up. Like,
it's funky. It's real funky.
I just hate that. I hate it.
Moving on up. Now we're in South Carolina, right? So, South Carolina governor, he decided to add a firing squad to the new execution methods. And when I say execution, I'm talking about people who get the death penalty, right? So, last week, South Carolina House voted to add a firing squad to the state's execution method amid a lack of lethal injection drugs. A measure meant to jumpstart executions in a state that once had one of the busiest death chambers in the nation.
In South Carolina?
In South Carolina.
I'm actually surprised. I would have thought that went to Texas.
Yeah. No, yeah, this was approved. It required condemned inmates to choose. Hey, dog, how you want to die?
You want lethal injection?
What you want to do?
Or you want me to shoot you?
You know what? Yeah. What you want me to do? So yeah, they either choose being shot or electrocuted if lethal injection drugs aren't available. The state is one of only 9 to still use the electric chair and will become only the 4th to allow a firing squad. They actually executed a death row inmate 10 years ago on Thursday. That was the last time they executed somebody. This is Governor Henry McMaster. His last name is McMaster.
Why is this at the helm? Wow. South Carolina really has other things it could be worrying about right now. I don't understand why this is so important.
Oh my God, we're out of drugs. We need to figure out another way to kill people.
What?
We need to figure this out. So like my dad was kind of explaining it to me exactly what that does because I didn't know. It's basically like it's a bunch of people that get together. It's almost like Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Get together and one of these guns has a bullet.
Shut up.
Yes. It's not just somebody coming there and one of these guns has a bullet.
You know what I was thinking? Like, let's say the camera is the person and it's like 6 or 7 of us and we're all just...
I don't like it. I don't like it.
What?
Not you worried about education, these kids getting back to school and things like that. You worried about how you going to kill people.
That are already in jail. They already in jail.
You know... I'm not even gonna get on the death penalty. I'm not. I'm not. Because okay, fine. I always have thought the death penalty was unnecessary. I personally just feel like if you do something so bad, just rot your ass in jail. Seriously. Rot in jail. People be like, you're going away for life. Life. You're not getting out. You're not going anywhere. You are only going to have 1 hour out of that cell for the rest of your life because you decided to do something horrible.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think, like, in terms of, like, okay, let's talk about the shooting that was in Charleston.
Yeah.
He should get the death penalty. I do think that. So I think in terms of situations like that, like, I know the guys from Columbine, they killed themselves, right?
They killed themselves,
But, like, if they like, are still alive, I think they all deserve the death penalty. If you've done a mass shooting, I think you deserve the death penalty.
I don't know.
I'm sounding very Republican like right now.
I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I think it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like I think the best punishment is sit your ass. You were never gonna see anybody ever again except for the inmates. You're never going to see anybody again. Mm-hmm. You're going to be able to... I feel like the death penalty is the easy way out. No, you're going to sit there and think about all those 9 people that you slaughtered during Bible study. You're going to sit there and you're going to think about all those kids you shot up because you was mad at a test. You're going to sit there and think about all the people that you killed just because you felt like hopping in the trunk of a car and shooting a bullet through the hole. You're going to sit there and think about it. And it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. I feel like that's the best punishment because a lot of people go to jail, they get rehabilitated. Oh my God, I feel, oh well, you still murdered 9 people, and I'm gonna make sure that you remember it.
That is true. That that like I think I brought this up again, but even that killer, the killer who did all them killings at the Cecil Hotel, that guy, he died from cancer. And at the age of 60 something, so he got to live way longer, to me in my mind, than he deserved to. Like, he was raping women, breaking into people's, women's apartments and raping and killing them and stuff. And that's, to me, I was like, no, kill that mother. But that's just me. That's a different one. For sure.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
All right, sis, what we got next?
So, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had
all I have is the screenshot.
Yeah, and that's what I have too. So North Carolina,
I'll send it to you.
I don't know what I got it.
Oh, okay.
They're bugging. So it's a new law, basically pretty much giving rapists a loophole.
This is wild to me.
That's basically what's happening. Yeah, North Carolina sexual assault laws under scrutiny. Once sex act has begun, you cannot withdraw consent. State lawmakers considering bill that would change criteria for consent. I don't know if we need to go to Raleigh, have a personal meeting with Governor Cooper, because no.
This ain't it.
What the fuck are you talking about? Once sex act has begun, you cannot withdraw consent.
So if you are being penetrated and you say, no, actually, I don't want to do this.
They can keep going.
They can keep going according to law here in North Carolina. And ladies, just keep the gun under your pillow at night if you're going to do that. This is crazy to me.
I don't even know what else to say. Because,
keep a gun or a knife or something. Just in case you got to defend yourself.
Yeah. Because
when you're telling someone to stop.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I thought I wanted this. I don't. Because, niggas will be like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Figure it out. And I did my hand purposely on that.
Put it away.
Figure it out.
Now. Put it away now.
But I'm out of here. So you can do what you need to do. Pornhub, tastyblacks.com. Do something.
Put your penis away. Tuck it in your pants. I don't know. But just get off me.
Again, North Carolina. I'm with you. How do these conversations get started?
What is happening?
What happens to these senators, representatives, lawmakers at night when they go home and, you know what?
Are they raping their wives? Or they doing this similar situation?
Because I'm like, how do you start this conversation? Like, oh, you know what? I really don't think that somebody should be able to tell somebody to stop after they've already entered inside
this
them.
Definitely feels very like men, like a male wrote this, right? Like a man wrote this, right? Like a man had to write this bill. But I don't know, because sometimes I'm like them women Republicans.
Some of these southern
these southern bells or whatever, they be on some other shit.
I was gonna say white, but some of them is black too.
But it's giving male energy anyway. Cause it feels like I mean, I'm already inside. Like, what's up? Like, that's what it gives me. That's what it's giving me. You know what I'm saying? And no. Like, a no is a no is a no.
I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. Like, what the fuck? What?
A no is a no. Listen, you can try that shit if you want to, but I'm gonna stab in your ass. You gonna get got.
Period.
Okay.
I don't know what else you want me to do.
You can consent to these stab wounds now, since you don't want to like consent to this bullet because you don't want to. Okay, like
right. If I got,
I have the right. I have the right.
Back up.
Period. I have the right to bust a cap in your ass.
Okay, back up. Yeah, bye. All right, call me. Bye. No, bye. Anyways, moving back up the East Coast, we're almost done. I swear. We're gonna head to Chicago, kind of. Or DC, kind of. So it looks like Biden is picking former Chicago Mayor Rahm Emmanuel as a U.S. ambassador to Japan. And he doesn't have the best
track record.
He really does not. He really does not. And just to kind of give you a piece, like why we thought this was important, I saw a Jamal Bowman, who is a U.S. House candidate in New York. He said this, and I thought it was really interesting. He said, Black Lives Matter can't just be a slogan. It has to be reflected in our actions as a government and as a people. Rewarding Rahm Emmanuel's cover-up of Laquan McDonald's murder with an ambassadorship is not an act that reflects the value of Ambassadorship is not an act that reflects a value of or respect for Black lives. I mean,
period.
I thought that was, yeah.
I mean, how he gonna be a U.S. ambassador to Japan? He can't even be a good ambassador to people in his own state. That like, you can't even stand up for the people you can't even do right by the people.
Yeah. In
your state, and yet you want to be the U.S. ambassador to Japan.
He literally served as a congressman for Illinois between 2003 and 2009, and he was mayor of Chicago from 2011 to 2019. He opted out to run for a third mayoral term, of course, because of the harsh criticism of how he handled Laquan McDonald's police shooting in 2014. So, yeah. Hopefully, President Biden will see that and be like, you know, hopefully he'll listen. I feel like Joe Biden, he does kind of listen to what some of his constituents say. So hopefully, I hope the ink is not dry yet on that, because I agree. I don't think that's cool.
No, it's not.
It's really not. Also, moving, we'll stay in DC. So yeah, Black Lives Matter. Remember that big yellow Black Lives Matter mural thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was leading to
the White House.
The White House. It's gonna be removed.
Well, it's already been removed.
Okay. It's
already been removed. And they are stating that it says, in fact, right now we're undergoing a process. So what they're saying is that they're gonna reinstall it, right? They're gonna put it back. But this is a quote from.
So why are you touching it in the first place? Like
it says.
I'm just saying.
Well, no. Okay, they said it was removed because Pepco or whoever had to do some. Okay, Mayor Muriel. She said the iconic letters were temporarily erased during Pepco's construction work on the street and will return permanently. In fact, right now we're undergoing a process to make the installation more permanent and with lighting and landscaping and all the things that you expect in an iconic art installation. To install this piece of art with a very affirming message that not only our residents needed to hear, but people around the world needed to hear as well. I was telling sis before the show, I don't think they're going to put the words back on the street. I think they're going to probably put some, maybe, I think they're going to do like some abstract art stuff like on the sidewalks or whatever. But I don't think they're going to put, I will be shocked if they.
I'm not opposed to them putting it on the sidewalks and stuff like that. Like, I mean, because if that's, then people will really see it, especially in DC. Like, and cars ain't paying attention to that.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do it, get rid of that ugly ass paint. Like, that, like, why? Why you chose that?
I mean, it does stand out. Like, if you look at the wide shot, like it.
Can we do something another color?
It does stand out, though. It does stand out. But I will be shocked if they put it back down on the street. Like, I don't think that they will.
Well, I guess we want to just go to DC.
Whenever, but they don't have a date for when it'll be back up.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. Also in DC, Republicans is real wishy-washy, of course. They are actually ousting Senator Liz Chaney, who is the Republican representative of the state of Wyoming. Her peeps is ousting her because she pretty much said that Trump lied about the whole election thing, like, which everybody already knew.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, yeah, no, like, I'm not about to back y'all. This man lost. It is what it is. And I'm going to do everything in my power to get him to not be reelected. She said her leadership, she continues to challenge former President Donald Trump over his false claim that the presidential election was stolen. Several GOP members spoke up to minimize the actions of pro-Trump rioters, of course, on January 6th. So basically her people was like, yeah, no, we don't like you. Get out of our party if you're not down with the get down. So she was like, okay. So we'll see what happens with that.
Child, Republicans are headed to a hell in a handbasket. Fast.
Yeah. Well, this is from Representative Lance Gooden of good old Texas. It's official. Liz Chaney has been fired from House leadership, and I was proud to vote against her.
Okay, sis.
Like, these are her people. These are her people. And I love how she was wearing a blue suit while she was talking to the.
That's a hell of a statement.
Honestly, she was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I'm gonna wear this blue
she said,
suit.
"I chose cuz over blood."
Basically. So, and then last but not least, hope y'all got gas.
The entire East Coast,
girl.
So the Colonial Pipeline, which I don't know nothing about this stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
I don't know nothing about this. I just know there ain't no gas.
Okay,
that's all I know. North Carolina ain't got no gas, and we don't got no chicken supremes from Bojangles. We are not okay. We're not doing well. Send your prayers up for North Carolina right now.
Y'all would be okay without some damn chicken supremes. Y'all will be fine. They're not that great. Let's be honest. So let me talk to you about this pipeline. I'm sorry,
That's the only reason people are going to Bojangles, because we're not going for the chicken.
Oh. I mean, I don't.
And the Bowberry biscuits. Ooh, I could use one of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read your thing.
Yeah, so apparently there was a ransomware attack last week that kind of forced the entire system offline. Like last week. When she was causing a delay and people getting their gas and things like that. So there's a gas shortage. Apparently, it's looking like, and this is the media's fault. I'm blaming the media on this wholeheartedly because the media was like, there's a shortage on gas. And the people's like, oh my God, how am I going to get from point A to point B? People that have gas. There's a lot going, gas is gas. You know what I mean? People have been doing the most. And then in the very next breath, hey, don't panic. They're fixing it. Everybody calm down. So it looks like they're going to, the Colonial Pipeline is actually going to be restarted, but they're saying that the supply chain will return to normal for a few days, not weeks. So probably sometime next week or the week after, gas will be back to normal. Everybody just relax. So majority of the 500.
It's okay. Take your time.
5,500 mile pipeline, which supplies around half of the East Coast fuel, has been offline since Friday. So let's see. What does it say? The East Coast. So apparently it's from Jersey to about Georgia.
I think it was a little, when the map I saw, maybe
more than that.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I think it was a little bit lower than that.
It's a lot going on. So yeah, 71% of Charlotte's gas stations were out of gas as of Wednesday afternoon. 71%.
So if you was thinking about going to go see your sneaky link,
listen, you better
hold out.
Yeah,
Hold out.
literally. Did you get gas?
Oh, I was good. I'm good.
I went to go top off. Like I had like I was almost at I was like, let me just make it full. I spent like $12.
Yeah.
I did see in Lake Norman that they were charging $9.99 a gallon. Lake Norman. It's already expensive out there.
Yes, it is.
So
nope, no, thank you.
I think that was it.
Yeah, is that it for politics?
That's enough.
Yes.
Told you politics was crazy this week.
Bizarre.
Crazy.
Bizarre.
Crazy. Deranged.
Oh. But you know what? This entertainment section ain't too much better.
Honestly. Very ghetto.
I'm gonna go ahead and start it off.
Girl.
There was a new statue revealed in Rockefeller Center in New York City. 20-foot-5 statue unveiled in New York City to honor African culture. That's it, just African culture.
Why? Like,
first of all, who's African culture? Nigeria,
right?
Ethiopia, Egypt. It was just like, you know what? We will just take the whole country and put it all in this one statue. Yes.
Very typical of New York City. It's almost like the Statue of Liberty. You're just gonna drop some shit off.
Yes.
Hey, put this right here real quick. We want to hear because it represents everything. I
believe the statue is called Oracle, and it was made by African American artist Sanford Biggers.
Okay.
I do not like the way this statue looks. I don't know what about it, but I don't like it. I'm not crazy about it. But that's not even the wild part, right?
Don't tell me it's not James Baldwin, because that's James Baldwin.
It does look like James Baldwin. I'll put a picture up or whatever so you guys can see it. But that's not even the wild part. Here it is. So,
girl.
In the coming weeks, Oracle, which is the name of the statue, will also begin to live up to its name with the launch of an interactive component allowing viewers to consult the sculpture about their future after activating a QR code. The sculpture will be voiced by various celebrities, according to Biggers, although he declined to name names. Visitors will be able to ask the Oracle anything they want, and if the Oracle is in, they'll get a live response from that day's celebrity. They'll respond as an Oracle would, Biggers said, in mysterious, poetic vagaries, which will hopefully be, if not helpful, at least mystifying.
So teabag sayings in the thing.
I'm just like, it's giving me very much like magical Negro vibes, and I don't like it. Why does the statue need to come with
no, what?
You know what it's giving me blacks always have his healing power.
Yeah, like what
so
are you
let me go ask the Oracle.
What?
I just think it's weird, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Why does it need to have a voice to go along with it?
Right. Why can't it just be a statue?
And that's it. But I just okay.
Like now we need Miss Cleo in the statue. Like what? What do you? And then you talking about celebrity? What? What are you talking about?
I just don't like it. I think it is. I don't like it. Like, who is this for?
Yeah. No. That's okay. What?
Who is this for?
Seriously, I'm confused. Okay. Yes.
So, there's that.
What?
I don't like it. But here's some good news. Phylicia Rashad is now going to be the Dean of College of Arts at Howard University. That is very, very exciting.
I'm about to go back to school.
Wow.
That'd be kind of cool.
So I'm wondering what kind of programs and stuff or whatever she'll try to instill.
I know.
That should be interesting, right?
And that's she's an alum of Howard, so that's even doper.
Oh, shoot, she is. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Super cool. Super duper cool. What else is cool is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. A lot of your fave artists are going to be initiated into the Hall of Fame, and that includes Jay-Z, LL Cool J, Tina Turner. Who else? It's a lot. Oh, the Foo Fighters.
Oh,
the best.
Cool.
Let's see. The Go-Go's, Carole King, Todd Rundgren. whoever that is. Clarence Avant, Billy Preston, Randy Rhodes, Kraftwerk. Oh, Gil Scott-Heron, which I feel like is way overdue. Mm-hmm. And then Charlie Patton. So yeah, it's going to be sometime in October in Cleveland, Ohio. So yeah.
I just don't understand why it's called Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Why can't it just be like Music Hall of Fame or something?
Yeah.
Well, rock and roll does sound kind of cooler than Music Hall of Fame. No?
But they're adding all kinds of music. Tina Turner?
Yeah.
Well, she did do much. Yeah.
Kind of.
But they added like Tina Marie one year, and she not rock.
At all.
So, like...
I feel like it should be like different like Hall of Fames per, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's the, you know, like Hip Hop Hall of Fame. Yeah. You know what I mean? Soul Hall of something. I don't know. Like it should be broken down by.
But like rock and roll is like the Hall of Fame of Hall of Fames.
Yeah.
So
like the Foo Fighters, they're rock and roll. Like,
yes,
you know, that's,
for sure.
You know what I mean?
And rock and roll is not even a popping category right now.
Damn.
Is it?
Damn. It's not.
All right.
What else is not popping is NBC is saying they're not airing the Golden Globes. It's a wrap for that.
They're done.
They're done. So basically, the Hollywood Foreign Press, you know how all the actors get up there at the Golden Globes and they recognize, you know, they always say, you know, thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press. Well, it revealed that they actually have 0 black members.
Damn.
So it's interesting when you're giving awards to Viola Davis, Daniel Kaluuya, Regina King, and all these other amazing black artists, and there's nobody. But who's shocked here?
Yeah.
Are we really shocked?
I'm not.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm not shocked.
Yep. So,
damn.
Not cute. So I don't know how we gonna watch. I mean, watch somebody like Fox or somebody pick it up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I mean,
they're thinking about like trying to increase the membership of that up to 50%. Is like, are they gonna diversify it though? Is it gonna be like 50% white and 50% black? Because then we're gonna have an issue of, well, there's not Asians and there's not Latinos. So like, oh my God.
I mean, seriously.
Hollywood still be so behind sometimes. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? For people to be so progressive and want so much out of Hollywood, y'all are so behind that it just makes no sense. And it makes sense as to why we just keep getting all these black trauma. Let me tell you something real quick. I meant to say this was it last week? So you know the movie that won the Oscar, Joey Badass. He was in Two Distant Strangers. It's a short film on Netflix.
I heard about it, yes. Is it another trauma movie?
It is extremely traumatic, and I'm happy for Joey Badass that he got this type of, you know, visibility. I just wish it was in a different way. Damn. If you watch this short film, it's only like 30 minutes. I warn you. From start to finish, it is just straight trauma, and in my opinion, it's very unnecessary. And it makes sense as to, I mean, the ending of the movie, great. There's other ways to get the message across that black people are being murdered in the street by police. There's just other ways to do it. We don't need to see actors like Joey Badass and everybody else being killed by fake police when we're literally witnessing it in our backyards every day. It's just unnecessary. So when you see stories like the Hollywood Foreign Press not having any black members, everything makes sense now. Everything makes sense. Because if there was black people in the Hollywood Foreign Press, they'd be like, you know what? Why does this need an award? Y'all only, and this is not belittling the art of Two Distant Strangers, but it only won an Oscar because of what's going on in the world. Like, seriously.
Black trauma is so fascinating to people who are not black.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, that was a touching and gripping telling story. Like, this is my life right now.
You watch some movie written by a white man or a white woman, and then all of a sudden you an ally.
Like, this is somebody, these are real life. This is like real life. Like, this is happening in real life, yo. Like,
I can't.
How many more times do you need? This is why I will never watch Queen and Slim again. Because I really felt like, just how you feel, I really felt like, and she didn't feel this way. I listened to her interview, but she felt like, well, we don't get away with it in real life. But this is a movie. And I think we owe it to our people to give them a chance to escape.
If you want real life, then do a documentary.
Period.
Don't do a fictional movie and then make it to resonate real life.
So her point was like, she was like, well, you know, like the mothers of the movement, like they still have to live with that. They still have to live with this.
Right. So if they still have to live with it, why do they want to go to a movie and see Daniel Kaluuya and Jodie,
Turner Smith?
Foster. Yeah, I was about to say Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
See them getting killed, you know what I'm saying? And then being memorialized and then being taken advantage of by another black man. Like, come on, man.
And a lot of artists feel like this, but I really do feel like, especially like in terms of being like black, and this might be a reach, whatever, but I do feel like in our art, we do have a responsibility to make art that does not traumatize us. It is our responsibility to do so because we see it every day. And I think when you don't take the proper precautions and steps to write stories that are just for us to escape, then you do us a disservice because we are already experiencing this shit every fucking day. It is your job as a writer, creator, whoever, to make sure that you are writing stories that are engaging, that show a different type of light that we haven't seen. And it's also something that I'm noticing in a lot of young adult books. When I go and look at books, that all the stories are like, oh, well, you know, her friend got killed by the cops. I'm like, God damn,
enough.
Our fucking children can't even get away from this shit. Like, kids, miss me with it.
Enough.
Miss me with that.
Enough.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry. I ain't mean to, because I was just like,
I'm here with you.
Are you serious? Anyways, because I know there's like 2 big stories that we need to get to.
Yes.
So whatever y'all not serious. Also, rapper Mulatto changed her name to Big Latto. I'm gonna say this: y'all bullied that girl into changing her name, and I think y'all are trash for it. I really do. Because I was trying to figure out why. So I know, and the source kind of put it into, I thought it was really, really interesting. So she kind of put it in a song that she's going to be changing her name. And she said something about, so basically over the years, Big Latto has received major criticism of the offensive history of the name. Historically, the term mulatto is used to describe the first generation offspring of a black person and a white person, and has a dark history that dates back to slavery.
Okay. Yes.
So,
is she a biracial?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out who she was offending. If that's what mulatto means.
And she wants to use that term.
Yeah. I'm really confused as to. I'm not gonna get too deep into this because I'm not even gonna go there. But y'all literally bullied this girl, and it's crazy because in the song she was like, "Y'all ain't they bullied you, sis." And you should have kept your name as Mulatto,
because Big Latto just means that
now you just
big mulatto.
It's the same thing. It still means and it's not if you're half black and half white. It's one thing if you was a white girl,
right? They'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Iggy Azalea was calling herself Mulatto, or But if your mother is white and your father is black, I don't understand what's wrong with her name being Mulatto.
She's biracial.
Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm tired of people doing this. I'm tired of it. Because it's like, that goes back to slavery. Yes.
A lot of things.
Because a lot of slave masters were having sex with the black slaves and made biracial children.
They did. AKA
the Halle Berrys of the world, the Alicia Keys of the world, the Mariah Carey. So she's no different than half of the ones y'all already celebrate. So I'm trying to figure this out.
They was just mad about it. It was offending them. Her name, her stage name was offending them. So she changed it.
Anyways.
I don't even know any of her songs.
So. I like that one song. I'm that something trill ass bitch from the South.
Oh, that's her.
I do enjoy that song.
Okay.
I like that song.
That's a fun song.
Yeah, but
okay.
There's no need for y'all to bully that girl.
It wasn't necessary. Ellen DeGeneres will be canceling her show in 2020 after 19 seasons. She said that the show is no longer challenging, and that's why she's canceling the show, not because of all the rumors. But a lot of us was like, really though?
She's not wrong about the whole not being challenging though. Everybody named Mother getting a talk show now.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore, Kelly Clarkson. Who gives a shit?
I don't know. I haven't watched the Ellen show in years. So.
Oh.
But I mean, most people are like, most people are like, like, oh, she's probably canceling because, all the rumors and stuff that it came out about her almost about a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
About her being basically an asshole. So
her show's been on for 19 years. I think 20 years is
enough.
I think it's enough to cut. But I'm agreeing with her about the challenge. Everybody named Mother getting a talk show. So.
And she's also I heard she already still do that Ellen Game of Games thing. So I think she'll be good.
Amazing.
So
you watch that show?
No.
Game of Games?
No.
It's really fun. I want to go on it.
I don't watch TV.
You don't. You don't.
I don't watch TV.
She's a stream girl. I'm a TV girl.
Stream it.
I still believe in ABC, NBC, CBS.
Now, if they want to sign us, I believe in it.
Oh,
I'm a firm believer.
This is very true.
ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, FX, TNT, TBS.
It's almost amazing how Fox has shows like Star and Empire on it. You know what I mean?
But I think they're just like two separate entities, though.
It makes no sense to me.
All right, we got two big stories. Everybody has been talking about them, and you know what? So are we. And you can say mad. First things first. Papa
Peace, Uncle Phil.
freaks all the honeys. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes.
It worked. It worked
okay,
either way.
Okay. Sure. Clearly, I am the old head here on the show because I definitely quoted Biggie.
And I am really hyped about this J.Cole album coming out Friday. I am really excited about J.Cole.
That went two different ways.
Oh, that's funny. True.
But I'll start with what came down. That was crazy just now. Porsha Williams. Now, I do not watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do you?
I don't.
My mom watches that garbage. And we were talking about that. And we were just trying, I was trying to get all the pieces of the story so that she could explain it to me because, like I said, I do not watch it. But Porsha Williams posted on Mother's Day a picture with her new man who happens to be the ex-husband of a friend who was also on the show of Real Housewives of Atlanta named Fallon.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of the post because just in case she took it down or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a picture of her and this man. His name is Simon.
Yeah.
Simon G, something like that. And the caption says, "Our relationship began a month ago. Yes, we are crazy in love. I know it's fast, but we are living life each day to its fullest. I choose happiness every morning and every night, tuning out all negative energy and only focused on positive wishes. He makes me so happy, and to me, that is what matters most. For all of you that need facts, I get the optics, but Simon filed for divorce from a previous marriage in January. I had nothing to do with their divorce filing. That's between the two of them. Fallon and I are not friends, and Simon's divorce has been settled. Our relationship is a positive, loving step forward in everybody's lives. Simon and Dennis are committed to being respectful and supportive of my happiness in this situation." So Dennis is her ex-husband and her baby father.
Oh, okay.
She was just saying, Simon and Dennis are committed to being respectful and supportive of my happiness in this situation, as well as being the best co-parents as they can be to baby PJ. Now on the show, Porsha has been to Fallon's house. Mm-hmm. They've hung out together. So it's just kind of shocking for her to be like, oh, we're not friends, because they were friends. Now I don't know if something happened in between.
Right.
Them getting divorced and her being, clearly, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole internet was like, this is a mess, and has been roasting Porsha ever since.
I mean,
what do you think?
I think people need to stop. It does look messy. I do think people need to stop dragging her because we just don't know the back end of this situation, especially with her ex-friend Fallon. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, they could have been divorced a long time ago. She could have gave her the blessing. It just looks messy.
Well, Fallon unfollowed her on Instagram.
It also could just be part of the new, because again, reality TV, it's very ironic that they just had their reunion. Now this comes out, 2 days later. Also, Porsha Williams just signed a huge deal to have like a spinoff of the show. Like, sis is getting the bag. So I'm not mad at her at that. But it just doesn't look bad you dating your friend's ex-husband that you've probably been around. You know,
it looks bad.
It looks really bad. I want y'all to also stop dragging Gabrielle Union and Alicia Keys into every situation that has to do with other people's marriages.
First of all, that little line that came down, I didn't know that Gabrielle said to like.
Where is the proof that she said that?
I don't know, but if she did, that's some tough shit.
Where is the proof that she said that? That's my thing. Y'all just going on Microsoft Word and putting this big letters that she said that. You don't know that.
Alicia Keys definitely stole Swiss Beats though. I don't
think she did.
I feel like she did. I feel like she did.
But did she really steal him? It was that easy?
Well, there you go.
I mean, my dad says that all the time. Like, it's like, oh my God, my man stole your girl. Was she really your girl? If your man could steal her that easy, then she wasn't yours to begin with, and vice versa.
Points was made.
It shouldn't be that easy.
Points
were made. So that's just how I feel.
How?
Stop dragging it. We're gonna get into the lip service question soon because it kind of goes with that.
Right.
But
before that, the hot news of the day is that Joe Budden from the Joe Budden podcast has officially fired Rory and Mal, who are his two co-hosts on the show. Now, I don't know if we covered this, but Rory and Mal had like walked off of they were going for like 2-3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
They were going 2-3 weeks already. Then they had came back and they did like a 3-hour episode.
Yeah.
I guess
already long as shit.
Kissing and child.
Like,
so they did like a 3-hour episode kissing and making up. And then this came today and I sent this to Sherelle of him sitting in the studio.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
I do. I do.
It looks crazy. It
looks a mess.
Joe is a narc.
Yeah, I don't even understand. Okay, here we go.
He still feels like he has choices and options. He feels like he's entitled to more. Rory, you are in breach of your contract, and from this point forward, you are fired, and you're not welcome back. Does anybody in here have a problem that I'm the person that has to say that?
No.
No joke.
Mal, I'm the person that has to say that. The gall of you to think that you are observing the way that I am, to think that I have to come to you about a problem I have with another man. We have things sorely mistaken around here. That's not ego and arrogance. It's realism.
Dude.
So I have something here that just kind of give context because I don't listen to the show. And to be honest with you, I think the Joe Budden podcast is nothing but the Joe Rogan podcast for blacks.
Shit.
Truly and honestly. But here's something. So somebody wrote this, and please forgive all the terms and whatnot. A hood nigga wrote this, okay? So I'll do my best. So it says, Rory wanted ownership when the Spotify deal came up. Joe said no. Rory wanted to get paid from YouTube. Joe said no. Rory wanted to know the details of the Spotify deal. Joe said no. Joe called Rory entitled for wanting to know the basics of the business. This nigga's sick. That's what it says. Joe called Rory, Joe said Rory isn't allowed to question him because he has final say in everything. Joe said Rory tried to audit the JBP and he removed him from Patreon. Joe said Mal wanted an audit of the finances and Joe said no. Joe pretty much called Rory and Mal overpaid bozos who overplayed their hands. And it was saying like DJ Academics basically said the same thing.
He did.
So let's see. It says this mother effer Joe was going on passionate Spotify rants for 20 effing episodes with Rory and Mal nodding along, and they didn't even know the details of the own deal. This is crazy. These mother effers discussing Megan Thee Stallion contract issues and didn't even know their own paperwork.
Right.
These niggas is hypocrites. This is the wildest episode ever, and Joe is just trying to control the narrative and paint Rory and Mal as greedy and selfish for wanting to make sure the business was up to par. Joe is effing crazy. Ian and Parks on this beat being yes men, bragging about not being under contracts too. Bro, like what the F? Oh, still listening. Joe said he'd sue Rory and Mal pants off if they try to start a podcast too soon. Contractually, they have to wait a full year to start a new podcast. Get me out of here. You mean to tell... Okay, first, you know where they first went wrong? Naming the show the Joe Budden podcast. Right?
Period.
Right? Like, why isn't y'all names on the show, too? If not, you could have been like, you could have came up with a name. You know, 3 Niggas on the Couch podcast or whatever. Like, y'all could have figured out a name. But having him as the leader in... this, seriously... This is why Joe is so arrogant and he feels like he can talk to Rory and Mal any type of way, talking all crazy. And this is why when Rory and Mal are trying to like check him like, yo, I want to know this, I want to know that. Joe's like, no, stay in your place. Like,
first of all, my thing is like, don't tell me that Joe is controlling everything. That show's been... We just celebrated 5 years. That show's was on way before we started Headwraps and Lipservice. Mm-hmm. So don't tell me y'all don't have accountants, managers. Are you serious? Is Joe the only one handling everything on that show? That is insane.
And that he has the power to fire you, niggas?
Yeah, that's insane. That is insane. Especially if the Joe Budden podcast is on Patreon. Right?
Yes.
It's on Patreon.
That's right, because it's not on Spotify no more. Right.
It's on Patreon. So Patreon is paying him. And it had to been paying Rory and Mal. So you're telling me, how does Joe even have the power to fire these 2 dudes? Mm-hmm. Seriously. Like, let's be very honest here. And are you telling me that you had like, as soon as the first time Joe told me that it's none of my business, I went and got me a lawyer. I'm getting a lawyer, a manager. He's looking at all my contracts, making sure everything is legit because there'd be no way. There's no way. So how are y'all getting paid? How are y'all getting paid?
I have
Were y'all not getting paid for this? And y'all were on tour with this nigga?
This is crazy to me.
That's crazy.
Sis. This is crazy to me.
That's not gonna happen here.
That would be like either one of us trying to fire each other. Like, this is the brand. This is it. That is crazy to me.
But Joe Budden in that regard, he's smart because he's like, he called this the Joe Budden podcast. Yes. You see, these 2 dudes have been nowhere around, and his podcast is just running like clockwork. He got some other old 40-year-old geezers on the couch sitting with him now, and things are just going like nothing happened.
Damn. Yo. This is crazy.
That is insane.
That is so nasty, yo. But that's so nasty.
It is. He looked insane sitting on that couch talking to... He's actually pointing. Yo, Mal.
Yo.
Nobody's sitting there, bro.
Nobody's there, bro.
And to the people that's behind the camera, behind the lights, that's actually... Hey, yo, dog, stop talking to empty seats, yo. Stop doing that.
You sound like a narcissist.
Is there not a floor director? Look at the camera. Stop looking at these empty... The fact that you had their seats sitting there...
That's crazy.
Typical Jersey nigga. Pumped up for no reason.
Pump it up.
And I did see a lot of people on social media, a lot of men that were... You know, you have Joe Budden fans and you have the Joe Budden podcast fans. It's 2 different things. You know what I'm saying? Joe Budden, the rapper, the artist, yes, okay. But, and like, you know, what's it called? Love and hip hop and all that stuff like that. That's one thing. Now, Joe Budden, the podcast is a different situation. So for people that are actually defending him, like, y'all are ridiculous. Yeah. Y'all really should, you're ridiculous. You know what I mean? So
this is so nasty.
Crazy.
That is like so nasty, yo. Like to just be like, no, you can't see this. No, you can't see it. Like,
and then I don't know who wrote that.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I mean, for y'all to sit here and say that they can't start a podcast for a year. First of all, how do you know that? Who wrote that?
I think he said that, like, there's an audio clip of him saying, like, he actually, like, I will sue you because he said it, like, you cannot start a podcast for a year.
But I wouldn't even trust that. Like, who is the lawyer? Where are the contracts that says that?
So nasty.
Because if you can't start a podcast, I wonder if it's the same with interviews. Because you already know they probably going to be in a Breakfast Club by the end of the week.
Damn, you think so?
Hell yeah. Because Charlamagne's been saying it. I know DJ Academics is over there like, oh. Now niggas want to listen to the cornball. Oh, okay.
Damn.
And rightfully so. He's still a cornball, but he said this a couple years ago. Like,
damn.
He said it.
Damn.
He said it from his game chair. He said it.
Not he said it from his game chair.
I'm just saying.
Yo, this is crazy. That was so nasty, though. Like, I just couldn't get over how nasty that was.
It was unnecessary.
That was nasty. That's nasty.
Like, really, dude?
That is nasty.
Very ghetto.
So, yeah. All right. Well, it is time for the lip service question.
Oh, that's so, oh my God.
It's so nasty. It's nasty.
I can't.
It's nasty.
I can't.
Where can I find it?
I got it up.
Okay.
All right. So we were talking about Porsha Williams from the Real Housewives of I texted. I was like, yo, this is a good question. Because I was getting annoyed by people really coming for Porsha, and y'all got your own, we need to look in the mirror. Okay. So, lip service question was, have you ever talked to somebody that you knew you shouldn't have been dealing with? How'd it turn out for you? And y'all had some time. So, Taylor Naomi said yes and still am. You know what? Transparency. Love it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's working, and we laid out all expectations and terms, but I want out because I'm outside this summer.
Oh. I don't see the problem.
I mean, I get it. Especially ain't no commitment here.
Right,
like,
right. So,
Soul Train Company, what up?
Hey.
He said, yep, and the sex was fire. But
sir, please.
But I knew it wouldn't last because she was crazy. Well, the sex was fire. I mean, that's how it normally works, right?
Well.
Miss Centric, hey Joy Boo.
Hey girl.
She said, yep, once upon a time he was a good friend. Let's just say we're no longer friends. Vixter88, hey Vic. She said, "Chai, yup," and thankfully only lasted 3 months. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Ooh.
And ended with him getting another woman pregnant. God blocked it.
Jesus Christ.
Insta Shoemaker. I like the name. Yes, this guy. All of my friends told me to watch out for. I thought I was being slick and decided to start seeing him and keep it on the hush hush. Girl, haven't we all? That boy did me dirty and I cried for almost a year after. Oh my God. And my friends laughed every time, I am sure, because they told me not to do it.
Oh, girl, I'm sorry.
They did tell you not to do it. And then Nerdy and Nadia.
Hey, boo.
She said, of course, and it was disastrous. Actually, I think Davina left me one too.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. So Davina said, what'd she say? Yep, he was still married and it ended with me leaving. Wow. Okay.
All right now. Okay, girl.
So, all right, sis. The question remains. Have you ever dated to somebody you knew you shouldn't have been dealing with?
Girl.
How did it turn out?
In college, you could have just called me a clown.
Damn.
I was talking to this guy for like a year and he was a narcissist. He never took accountability. He was never wrong. And I just kept talking to this guy.
He was a Gemini?
He was a Capricorn.
Mom.
He was a Capricorn. He was a Capricorn. And he never took accountability. Ever. Ever. And you know what? I was talking to Naomi because she had brought him up to me recently. Because I had been following him on social media. Yeah. And do you know this nigga followed me on social media again? No, thank you. No, thank you. But it was bad. Like, it was like we had a really bad breakup or whatever. And he ended up getting some other girl pregnant. Yes. And then, like, one time I was doing, like some type of campaign or something. We were in Suites E.
Yeah. Oh.
And we were, like, going campaigning and, like, handing out flyers or whatever, me and my friend Nikki. And we knocked on this one door, and it was the other girl that he was now talking to. And he slammed the door in our face. Girl! Oh, yes. Oh, no. It was definitely a wrap after that. So, yes, I have. And never again. Clown shit.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. How about you, sis?
Unfortunately, yes. A few times, you know. But we yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, we just should not have been talking to each other. It was almost like, I mean, and I'm talking about like years. We were dealing with each other for years. And yeah, he's now married. I'm doing me, he's doing him, but like it just wasn't, you know.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And college too, you know, maybe one or two I shouldn't have been talking to. And not that it ended badly, it was just like my friends were kind of similar to, you know, what Good Sis said. It was like, we told you not to deal with him. So like nobody want to hear your tears. Like,
right.
And honestly, you need friends like that sometimes. It's like, you expect us to like, yeah, you can cry in a car, but like, like
period.
We told you not to deal with him. So
right. Now I don't want to hear that.
I'm pretty sure it goes for guys too. I know some guys like, yeah, you shouldn't be messing with that girl. Like,
and dudes be like, whatever.
Yeah.
But she bad though.
But the sex fire.
Right.
Soul Train Company. So.
Shout out to Kicking Shit podcast. We really like that podcast.
We do. We love them so much. Like, so yeah. Whew. The point was to don't judge Porsha. Take a look in the mirror. Everyone has made mistakes. I mean, this is what, her third engagement? Fourth?
No, this is her like, well, maybe it is her third engagement because she's been married twice. Because she was married to Cordell.
Oh.
Then she was married to that. You know what? I don't know.
That's a lot.
She's been doing a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But you know, her last baby daddy, her last husband was worth $4 million, but this new guy worth $10 million. So, who am I?
Clearly, she got uptight. I mean, go big or go home, right? I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it. Yeah. And she got her own money too, so it's like it's not like she needs it. Right. She got Real Housewives, now she about to get her own show.
Child. But yeah, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please follow us on all of our social medias. We're on Twitter at HeadWrapPod. We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast, where we have go to our website. Yes. www.headwrapsandlipsticks.com, where we have t-shirts and crew necks that are for sale but not on sale. And you can listen to all of our episodes there. But if not, you can listen to us on other places. But first, we are trying to start our own studio. So if you would like to send us some money, the GoFundMe link is in the description box below. Or if you don't mess with GoFundMe, like I don't trust it, you can send us our money to our Cash App at $HeadWrapPod. Yes. But yeah, we're on Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. No one left us a review. Again, really, I'm just like, I don't even know anymore. Like,
what's your problem?
What is the deal? You know, because if you leave a review and you leave 5 stars, we read it on the air. And you don't have to leave it in Apple. You know, I mean, I know a lot of y'all have like Spotify or whatever. Yeah. Go to the YouTube channel right quick. Write in the comments like I F with this show, 5 stars.
That's it.
That is all you have to say.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
That's all we're asking.
You know, it's very simple. So
like us. Yeah.
Okay. All right, sis.
Shout out to the TikTok. We are now over 2,000 followers on TikTok.
Let's go.
Like,
that's exciting.
We've been on TikTok a month?
That sounds about right, actually. We have to make a TikTok after this too, because people are requesting who our top 20 white boys are. Oh! So we have to do a reply TikTok. Yes. So we'll do that afterwards. Exciting. So follow us on TikTok. It's at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Yes.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
I love it.
They fuck with us on TikTok. Mad heavy.
Honestly. That's what's up. I love it.
So yeah. All right, sis.
Okay.
What's your joke?
I got a joke. All right. Hold on. Who sent this to me? Oh, nobody sent this to me. I just found it.
Okay.
Why can't basketball players go on vacation?
Something about traveling.
Oh.
What is it?
Because they can't travel.
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Sorry to bust your bubble. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See ya. Have a good week.
See what you did here? Very ghetto. I'm just gonna give her 2 next week.
No. Shit.
Sean J, send me 2.
Sean J's done around here. He's done in these streets, okay? He can never tweet me ever again. It's done for him.
Oh, snap.
Bye, y'all.